Sudhana, the youth, then contemplated the body of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, its major marks and secondary signs, and its limbs. He saw that within each pore there were an ineffable number of oceans of Buddha Shastras, and in each Shastra ocean there were Buddhas appearing in the world, each of whom was surrounded by an immense congregation of Bodhisattvas. He then also saw that those oceans of Shastras had many different kinds of foundations, many different shapes, many different adornments, many different great surrounding mountains, many different kinds of colored clouds spread across their skies, many different circumstances in which Buddhas appear, and many different types of dharmas that were expounded. Each of the various phenomena such as these were distinctly different. He also saw that in each of those oceans of world systems, Samantabhadra emanated clouds of transformation body Buddhas as numerous as the atoms in all Buddha Shastras that appeared everywhere in all world systems throughout the 10 directions, teaching beings and enabling them to progress toward Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Sudhana the youth then also saw his own body within Samantabhadra's body, teaching beings in all world systems throughout the 10 directions. Moreover, Sudhana observed that if the roots of goodness and light of wisdom he acquired by drawing near to good spiritual guides as numerous as the atoms in a Buddha Shastra were compared to the roots of goodness he acquired by seeing Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, they still could not match even 100th part of these, 1,000th part of these, 100,000th part of these, 1 part in 100,000 kotis of parts of these, or even the tiniest fraction of these, deducible by mathematical calculation or describable by analogy. If one were to compare the number of all of the oceans of Buddha Shastras that Sudhana the youth had entered from the time he made his initial resolve to the time he was able to see Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, comparing it with the number of all of the oceans of Buddha Shastras he now entered in one mind moment in, but one of Samantabhadra's pores, this latter number would exceed that former number by a multiplier equal to the number of atoms in an ineffable number of world systems. And just as this was the case for but one pore, so too was it also the case for all of Samantabhadra's pores. As Sudhana the youth walked but one step in those Shastras within Samantabhadra Bodhisattva's pores, he thereby passed through a number of world systems equal to that of all the atoms in a ineffable number of Buddha Shastras. If he continued to walk in this way until he came to the end of all kalpas of the future, he would still have been unable to discover the bounds of all the phenomena contained in but one pore, including the sequential order of those oceans of Shastras, the matrices of all those oceans of Shastras, the differences in those oceans of Shastras, the instances of universal interpenetration in those oceans of Shastras, the formation of those oceans of Shastras, the destruction of those oceans of Shastras, or the adornments of those oceans of Shastras. Nor would he have been able to discover the bounds of all those Buddha oceans, sequential orders, the matrices of all those Buddha oceans, the differences in all those Buddha oceans, the universal interpenetration of all those Buddha oceans, the arising of those Buddha oceans, or the destruction of those Buddha oceans. Nor would he have been able to discover the bounds of those Bodhisattva congregations, sequential orders, those Bodhisattvas congregations' matrices, those Bodhisattva congregations' differences, those Bodhisattva congregations' universal interpenetration, those Bodhisattva congregations gathering together, or those Bodhisattva congregations' dispersion. Nor would he have been able to know the bounds of other such phenomena associated with oceans such as these, including the entry into the realm of beings, the cognition of beings' faculties, the knowledge involved in teaching and training beings, the extremely profound types of miraculous powers in which those bodhisattvas dwelt, or the grounds and paths entered by those bodhisattvas. In some cases, while within the Shastras and Samantabhadra Bodhisattva's pores, Sudhana the youth would pass through one kalpa within one Shastra, and then, continuing to travel along this way, he might even pass through kalpas as numerous as the atoms in an ineffable number of Buddha Shastras. Though he continued to travel along in this way, he still did not disappear from this Shastra, and then appear in that Shastra. As in each successive mind moment, he went everywhere throughout an ocean of boundlessly many kalpas. He taught beings and caused them to progress toward Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi.